We begin with a grisly discovery on what should have been her wedding day. Police say they found what is most likely the body of 24-year-old grad student Annie Lay inside the wall of a lab at Yale University. CBS News correspondent Randall Pinkston is in New Haven, Connecticut with the latest on this. Randall, good morning.
Good morning, Maggie. It was the discovery that everyone dreaded after an exhaustive search using sniffer dogs and high-tech equipment. Last night, authorities announced they had found remains. And even before they had made positive identification, they say they believe it is indeed the body of 24-year-old Annie Lay.
5 days after Annie Lay vanished, state police found a body in the building where she was last seen alive. Shortly after police made the announcement, Yale's president offered his condolences.
Our hearts go out to the family of Annie Lee, to her fiancé, to her friends. The family and fiancé and friends now must suffer the additional ordeal of waiting for the body to be positively identified.
Police would not confirm reports that another student was being questioned and had failed a lie detector test. Lay was last seen 3 hours before an unexpected fire alarm in the lab building. Police say the body was hidden behind a section of wall. The discovery stunned students who had held out hope until the end.
It's just, it's a very sad thing to have happen here at the university, so. Sorry.
I really tried to remain as hopeful as possible throughout. I certainly didn't think it would end in the way that it did. I think it's just incredibly gruesome.
The discovery came on the same day Lay had been scheduled to be married on Long Island, New York, to her college sweetheart, Jonathan Wadowski. Her florist last saw her September 3rd.
I'm holding Annie's bouquet that she would have held today for her wedding. It consists of 4 dozen of carnival roses, which we chose for her because roses were her favorite.
Such a tragic ending. The focus now obviously finding the person responsible. Police would not say whether they have any prime suspects. Meanwhile, we are told that the only people who have access to the area of the building where the body was found are those with Yale University identification. Maggie?
Randall Pinkston in New Haven. Thank you, Randall. Joining us this morning from Sacramento, California is one of Annie's good friends, Jennifer Simpson. Thank you so much for taking the time, Jennifer. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask your reaction when you heard about how the search for Annie ended.
Well, just like most of our colleagues and friends, I haven't been able to sleep much or rest in the past several days, and I was actually contacted by one of the CBS reporters who was in contact with me about today and broke the news to me, and I was actually doing some shopping and just broke down in tears in the middle of the store and had to be consoled by individuals around me, and it truly is very, very sad, and just my heart goes out to John and Annie's family and John's family and all our friends.
And for this discovery to come on what would have been her wedding day.
Yes.
How important, how much was she looking forward to this momentous occasion in her life?
Annie has been planning this wedding for over a year with John, and she was very excited. She's been doing a countdown to her wedding day, and she was doing weather patterns to make sure that the weather would be perfect on her wedding day, and she just wanted everything to be perfect, everything down to table napkins to the flowers, and just Annie was very, very excited about this day.
And the relationship with her fiancé, do you know him?
John is a wonderful person. He is very mild-mannered, very soft and well-spoken, but very fun, and both of them were very much in love with each other, and I'm very heartbroken for John, and Sorry.
No, it's okay. I understand this is difficult. Can you think of anything in hindsight that Annie may have said that's now a red flag? Was she worried about her safety, worried about anything, concerned about anyone who might hurt her?
No. Annie was friendly and she was amicable with everyone. She was cordial with everybody. And, you know, she was a people person. She loved people. She loved life. And we just can't imagine anybody wanting to harm Annie. And with regards to her safety, if she were concerned at all, she would have said something to someone, and they would have known, and you know, John would have known, family would have known, friends would have known. Annie, you know, she protected herself, and you know, Annie walking around. It's not. Annie always made sure she was safe. You know, she doesn't walk around at night by herself. And if she had to work late, she would make sure that somebody could come pick her up or walk with her.
All right. Jennifer Simpson, thank you so much, and we're sorry for your loss.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Joining us now from Washington is criminal profiler Pat Brown. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Maggie.
We talked about this on Friday. Now that we have seen how this case has progressed, what do you make of it?
I'm not surprised, actually. It was very unlikely she had left the building, since they had looked at all the videotapes and didn't see her leaving that building. And there was no way, from what I heard from all her friends, and like we heard now, that she was any kind of runaway bride. She didn't have any risky behaviors. And a lot of times people say, hey, Pat, are you anti-victim because you said, hey, that woman shouldn't have been out jogging at night, or that woman shouldn't get drunk and go home with a stranger? No, I'm just trying to warn women. But Annie has all her friends say, absolutely nothing foolish in her life. She was like the perfect person. If I were a mom, I'd love her for a daughter. It's actually, this one makes me cry. I mean, it's really depressing. I know. And she did nothing wrong except go to work. So my guess is that the only fault she could have is that she was too nice, that she was too sweet, and that somebody that she worked with, she didn't realize that they were obsessing over her. That's what my guess is in this. I don't see a serial killer. I see a guy who thought he was entitled to her and was angry that she was not choosing him and she was going to pick somebody else. And as her wedding day approached, he harbored that anger and took it out on her. And I bet she just never saw it coming because she was just too nice a person.
If you are in charge of the investigation, what do you do now?
Well, I think they said they've got a lot of evidence, and I'm guessing they really do, because this occurred in the building. It didn't go out of the building. So what we have is all the evidence is there. The bloody clothing they found, I'm guessing if it's related to this crime, is the perpetrator's clothing. And that's why it was stuffed up there in the ceiling tile, which would be fantastic because there would be evidence on that clothing, perhaps DNA from the perpetrator, so they'll at least be able to put this creep away. And but they're going to be looking at people she knew well, somebody she worked with, a professor, another student, but somebody who knew her schedule, knew where she was, and that she wouldn't have been afraid of when she was in the lab. And that's why she wasn't aware that she was in any danger.
All right. Pat Brown, thanks so much.